Hey everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I know it's been a few weeks. And I just wanted to do a video just to let you guys know how I've been, what's been going on, and just to kind of talk about a couple of topics that I know a lot of us can relate to, that a lot of us struggle with. And I wanted to talk about something that happened last week that was very disheartening for me. My brother is celebrating his birthday in January, and I haven't seen him in, God, probably over 10 years, maybe longer. It's been a long time since I've seen him. And he offered an all-expense paid trip on a Caribbean cruise with me, him, and my sister, which sounds like an absolute dream come true. I mean, who would not want an all-expense paid trip to the Caribbean with your brother and your sister who you never get to see, you never get to spend time with? And it definitely was an amazing offer. But unfortunately, I had to tell him no. As many of you know, my health has been very unstable. I've been having some really bad episodes that have been lasting for days, even weeks. And it's just been incredibly unpredictable. And I just felt like I would feel terrible if he paid all this money for us to go on this amazing cruise, and I just wanted to be in bed most days. So it definitely is something that, you know, it's just a reminder of the reality of our illness and the limitations that we have. And, you know, for some of us, really severe limitations that we can't even go on vacations that most normal people, you know, would give anything to go on and would really enjoy and would never say no to something like that. And it reminded me of a time when I was training one of my clients, and she had MS. I've mentioned her before in other videos because she was such an inspiring client, but she had MS and she had rods in her arm and her legs from a really bad car accident she was in when she was young. And she just had a lot of issues. She struggled with so much pain every day, just really excruciating pain. But she still showed up for her sessions twice a week. I mean, she was so dedicated, so committed. Even when she was diagnosed with breast cancer at one point, she had to go through radiation. And she would come from her radiation treatments to her training sessions. We wouldn't do much, but I mean, oh my God, this woman is such an inspiration. But her and her husband had made plans one year to go to Hawaii. And something had happened where her husband also had some health challenges, where he had polio when he was a child, and he had a lot of health challenges. And he fell and hurt his knee really bad, and they had to cancel the trip. And she was just so devastated, you know, because she just felt so frustrated that, you know, that their health problems limit their ability to even go on vacation, you know. And so I mean, after what happened with my brother, I can totally relate to how she felt at that time. I mean, I really felt so bad for her, and I thought, man, that would be so awful. And now here I am, you know, dealing with the same situation. And so when I told him that I would, you know, it wouldn't be a good idea, you know, because it's just, my health is just too unpredictable. He was like, well, you know, we'd be relaxing by the pool. It'd be a really relaxing vacation, and we'd be getting massages and all that stuff. But I think, again, what a lot of people that don't have chronic illness don't understand is that it isn't even necessarily the physical energy that we put into any type of activity. It's also just the emotional and the mental. Obviously, I haven't seen them in years. Obviously, we're going to want to spend a lot of time together talking and catching up and being together and doing fun things together and all that stuff. And sometimes I just don't have the energy for that, as much as I desire it, as much as I want to do it. And he's a physician's assistant, so he does understand fibromyalgia. And he was, when I told him, he was very sympathetic. He wasn't upset at all. For him, it was just, I just want to see you guys and spend time with you. So he said, how about me and Yvonne come to Vegas and we'll spend time with you there. And that way you'll be at home. And I thought that'd be perfect. And so that'll be in January, and I'm just so excited to see both of them, because again, it's been years, and just to catch up and see how they're doing and give them a hug. And but I'm really, really excited to see them. And so I'm glad that, at least in that sense, we were able to work it out so that we can spend time together and celebrate his birthday, and just have a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm sure that a lot of you that are watching this right now have probably been in similar situations where, there was an amazing opportunity that what someone presented to you, and you had to refuse it because you knew you wouldn't be able to commit, that you wouldn't be able to just give, the physical, emotional, mental energy that that you want to give and that you should give. And you've had to turn things down. And it definitely, it's kind of our illness, just kind of, I feel like it's like our illness kind of punching us in the face, like just kind of reminding us, because a lot of us, we go, day to day, and, we just try to deal with it, and we, get into routines, what have you, and we just do what we can to get through. And sometimes we can just kind of mentally and emotionally zone out, until something like that happens. It is just a reminder of what our illness steals from us. Another issue I wanted to talk about, or topic, is dealing with loneliness when you have a chronic illness. I know for all of us, being chronically ill can be so isolating. And I know I did a video, my last video was about, the desire to be alone and wanting to be alone. But there's a difference between that and being alone because you don't have a choice, or you just feel like, it's hard for you to be able to develop a relationship with anybody because of your illness. I'm married, so I'm not alone, but I can still feel alone, because obviously nobody can understand our illness unless they live it, and nobody can understand how much pain we push through, and not just the physical, but also the emotional, the depression that comes with it. Just feeling imprisoned in a body that is constantly in pain is very emotionally taxing on us. And there are many of us that aren't married, and we don't have partners, and we, can feel very isolated, very lonely, dealing with our illness by ourselves. And for those of you that are dealing with that, my heart goes out to you, because, I'm sure that it's extremely challenging and taxing on you emotionally and physically. And I'm sure that you have a lot of fear, that what if I'm alone for the rest of my life? What if I die alone and sick? And I'm sure those are things that go through your mind, especially if you're getting older. And it can be very scary. But this is something that I talk a little bit about in my book, where I talk about, instead of asking yourself why, ask yourself how. And what I mean by that is, how, can I achieve some of the things that I want in my life, despite the limitations that I have. And I know for some of you that would like to go out and date and meet people, that can really be a challenge. And the first thing you think about is your illness. What are they going to think about my illness? What are they going to think about when they find out that I'm sick, that I have all these limitations, and, what have you. But I really just want to remind you that your value and your worth is not determined by your illness. It's determined by your character and the type of person that you are. And if you're somebody, who is just full of love and generosity, and if you were in a relationship, you would be loyal and loving and faithful, and, just really build up your partner, and, try to make them feel that they're loved and that they're special to you. A lot of people will be able to look past your illness. But if your illness is your main focus, if that's how you define yourself, then that's what's going to come across when you are trying to meet people and you're out there in the dating world. It's, even if it's, online, you're doing, maybe you're doing it remotely because it's too difficult for you to even go on dates, what have you. But there are definitely, still ways that you can meet people, whether friends or, a partner, either way. But again, it's so important that you don't let your whole life and attitude revolve around your illness, because you have so many other things to offer people. And again, when you have an amazing character, when you're someone who's just a great person to be around, regardless of your illness, because I know my group that I have, there are so many women on there that really suffer from a lot of very painful illnesses. But their attitude is just amazing, especially my admin, Pam. I mean, this woman has just been through the ringer. I mean, she's really suffered a lot. And she just has such an amazing attitude. And you just want to talk to her and, be around her. And, obviously, not physically, because she lives in Phoenix and, we communicate through the web, through the group. But either way, and all my admin are like that. But, regardless of their illness, they still have so many wonderful things about their character and who they are, their kindness and just their empathy. It's just, you forget that this person is someone who is ill. So if you are scared that you'll never find a partner, or if you just have completely decided that it will never happen because of your illness, that's a mindset that you really, really need to work on changing. And just, again, remembering that you are a valuable person. You are an amazing person. You have so much to offer someone. But again, if you're dating and all you talk about is your illness and your main focus and everything is about your illness, well, yeah, anybody's, gonna start to feel down and discouraged about that. I mean, obviously, don't hide it. Most of us can't hide it, because if we're in pain and we're sick, we're limited, we can't hide it. But there is still, a lot of things that you can do, even if it means that every time you see each other, you just stay at home and have a movie night. And that's it. Again, if that partner really sees a lot of incredible qualities about you, they'll be willing to do it, because they'll see that you're that amazing, you're that valuable, you're that awesome to be around. That being around you just makes them feel better. Being around you makes them feel like a better person, makes them want to be a better person. So our illness does not have to affect our character. And it does not have to, it doesn't have to steal everything away from us. And, but again, I know that there are times and situations where, our limitations are just kind of, thrown in our face and like a big neon sign. You can't do this because you're sick, and, it's devastating and we have to work through it, but just remember, all of us are still people that have incredible value. All of us still have so much to contribute and give to the world. All of us still have a purpose, that we're here to fulfill. Every single one of us does. And for all my subscribers and the people that enjoy my videos and watch, I'm so grateful for you. And I know I don't have a big channel, and I know there's so much I want to do with this channel that it is going to become the channel I want it to be. I truly believe that I will someday be in a position where I can really make it what I want it to be. But for now, I'm just doing what I can to still, be there, for you guys, and just to provide encouragement and talk about different things that have happened in my life and how I work through it. And, maybe you can relate to it, what have you. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate your time and attention. I do want to do another exercise video, hopefully next week. Next week is probably going to be a little bit slower for me, so I should have time to do just a good little exercise video that you can do seated. Just something real simple you can do to keep you guys moving. But I know I've been saying that for the past few weeks, but I have been, experiencing a pretty bad flare-up, and I've been having a lot of pain, so I just haven't had the time to do it. But next week, I'm gonna, my schedule's gonna calm down. I'm really gonna try to make the time to do that for you guys. So, all right, guys, remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.